those are the people who found like little things like Juno. You know, and
they did a Little Bit Sunshine.
They
Yeah,
always find good stuff. Fox itself, the ones that produces their own films, dude, the best movie they've put out this year was Jumper, which was fun,
which was not that bad. But it wasn't great.
That's the best movie they've put out this year.
See, I have to go back and think about that. Not that I'm disagreeing with you just to disagree with you. I'm just like, I don't want to talk like I know everything.
That's okay. Because I do know everything.
Of course,
I will share that with everyone.
Please enlighten me, please.
Yes, Guru. I am the Guru Carlisle, and I will make a movie that will be 90 minutes of suck.
All right, man. We're down to the wire right now. Real quick, people want to know what we thought about the Watchmen trailer.
I still haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it.
I have seen it. Won't say anything about it to you, but I don't know if people have been complaining a lot about it, but I thought it was kind of cool.
Dude, everybody's saying it's cool. I am so terrified of this movie. I knew that the trailer would look cool. Look, Zack Snyder knows how to make beautiful movies. He made Dawn of the Dead, and he made 300. Both were beautiful. But both were adaptations, and both were so not faithful adaptations. He does not know how to faithfully adapt something. And here he's got the single greatest comic book story ever written.
Yeah.
And I'm terrified that he's going to change it because he sat down with his wife and wrote the script again. And these are the people who added that stupid, whiny political rape story into 300 with a character who appeared in one frame of the comic book. So I want this to rock because I love The Watchmen and I want to see it awesome.
Yeah, I think they did that for PC reasons in 300. With this, I'm going to hope that he's as terrified as everybody else and that he knows that he doesn't want to pull a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen with this, which was another one of, what's his name's stories, who's the author of Alan Moore.
Alan Moore.
Yeah, Alan Moore was responsible for this. Alan Moore hates Hollywood and what DC has done to some of his works.
Some of them.
Yeah, some of them.
Some of them are awesome, like V for Vendetta.
No, V for Vendetta is actually a really good movie, man.
Yeah,
I saw that when it was out of the theater. I saw it on video. I was like, damn, I wish I had seen this on the big screen.
We were talking about it, and you're like, man, I don't know. And you did that whole big thing about the Burger King, and
yeah, I was
actually,
joking, man.
But that was my joke too.
Yeah, exactly. No, you know that mother.
Like, no, I'm the one that made.
That mask looked like the Burger King. Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, but let me tell you, from what I've seen,
is for burger.
B for burger. Yeah. But no, what I'm telling you, if you're asking me, my simple answer is, hey, it's too early to tell what the movie's going to be like. But for what I've seen in that trailer, I got chills, man. I thought it was brilliant, and I love that comic, man.
And I'm the one image that I've seen that just pisses me off is Night Owl.
Yeah, there's a lot of people have said that, and they have that old image. If you haven't read the comic, look, Carlisle, I'm not going to talk about this for a little bit, and you probably, if you haven't read the comic, it's going to be lost. But they had that old picture of all the old heroes. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people did a compare and contrast, and I think they were just being a little bit nitpicky on it, but a lot of people got pissed off about that because it's different.
Well, the problem I have is very simple. In the comic book, the Night Owl puts on his costume, and he's pot-bellied.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the whole core of his character. He is this 45-year-old guy who wants to relive his glory days that are long past him. He was a costumed adventurer in his 20s. He was having wild sex and living the life and busting crime, and he was important. And now that time is gone, and he so wants to recapture it.
Exactly.
And the pictures that I've seen of the Night Owl is him looking sleek and looking like, the modern versions of Batman and looking awesome. And it's like, that's not the point to the point to the Night Owl is he puts on that suit and he looks pathetic.
Hey, you know what? I would say that's a valid point. And I don't know what they're going to do with that movie. And shit, now that you brought it up, it makes me think. I'm like, damn.
I'm worried about it. Now, what I'm hoping is that the images that we've seen is the stuff from him in his heyday.
Yeah.
And it could be the fact that they're hiding those images because not only is it great for the story if you hide it, but how do you convince people to come and see a movie about a pot-bellied superhero?
Exactly. That's what I was just thinking.
Let's cross our fingers and hope that he really does capture that and that they do have the pathetic pot-bellied superhero because that's vital to everything. That's the whole point to his character.
But Rorschach looks great.
Well, yeah. And
Mr. Philadelphia, whatever, he looks great.
Mr. Manhattan.
I'm sorry, Dr. Manhattan. Looking.
Mr. Philadelphia, the long-lost cousin to Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Texas.
And if kids, anybody out there, if you have not read The Watchmen and you like comic books, go out and buy the Watchmen graphic novel. You will not be disappointed. There is a reason it is considered the graphic novel to end all graphic novels.
And it still is.
It's the first one we all owned. It was that first graphic novel that, like, holy shit, they put that all together in one book. Yeah, I'm going to buy that. I can't tell you how many comic geeks over the last 20 years I've known that have had that as their toilet reading material.
But it's the second book after Dark Knight Returns. There's the second book that actually said, hey, this is what we're going to do to go back and re-examine the whole superhero mythology.
Sure. Yeah. And it really, and it was so great. And if you haven't read it, go read The Watchmen because it is such a great experience.
Yeah, no, it is, man. I can't suggest that enough. So, yeah, I like the trailer that answered, and that was a good point you made, man, about everything you said, pretty much. So, let's go ahead and get into some email. Wrap this thing up
email,
here.
And it's all about Mamma Mia this week, right? Because everybody wants to know,
Well, maybe for this first email,
your mind on this.
This first email might be very Mamma Mia might be the movie for this person, but
it's not a relationship thing, is it?
No. It's actually
somebody have spots on their dick again.
It's an.
I really just put a cream on it, dude. Seriously.
Yeah, that's what can we say? We're not gynecologists.
I play one on TV, but that's
our
just
dermatologist here. Everything.
I put on the glove. I put my hand up there.
Roaming around, look for your watch, and so no, this email. I don't know if this is one of those emails you like or not, but it's an odd email, but it's a thankful email.
But just
I don't know what we did here, but I'll read it. It says, I know this email is going to seem a little weird, but I really owe you and your site thanks. I am a gay 19-year-old, and until recently had been in the closet a long time. When I joined Spill back in February, I just wanted to discuss movies with other people. I soon realized, though, that not only could I talk to other people about movies, but I could also open up to people and let them know who I really am without being embarrassed about it. And he wrote reviews for this guy. He wrote reviews for Wild Hogs, Chuck and Larry, and whatnot. And he talks on his profile all the time. It gave me confidence at a point in my life when I was not ready to let my family and friends know. Even recently, when I was getting ready to come out, I thought about this site and remembered how it helped me. So thank you. I know it sounds silly, but your site has really changed my life for the better. I will continue to watch your reviews and visit Spill whenever I can. I don't know what we did.
I do.
What?
Corey, you're an inspiration to everyone in the gay community to be out and proud like you are, to wear both earrings with pride. You inspire these people, and they go, look, if Corey can do it, I can too.
Hey, whatever it takes, man. If that's what it takes, next year, whenever the next gay pride parade is, I'm going to be there in the front, twirling a baton, walking down the street.
Yeah, like it's going to be the first time.
No, they didn't let me in the first time. They really didn't believe it.
You were in there with the Dorothys. You know it.
No, well, that's in the back of the parade. They don't let me up front, man.
Hey, from what I hear, the back of the gay pride parade
is the place to be.
That's the place to be. You don't want to be at the front. You want to be at the back of that train.
Exactly. It works backwards. You earn to be in the back. No, you know something, man? Look, okay, I'm not gay, of course not.
Wow, we just alienated our gay community.
I know. This guy comes out with this email. You have to say that. No, look, I'm not gay. No one on the site is. No one on the crew is gay. But as you know, we even make gay jokes, but we are all supportive of gay people. And I guess this guy knows it, and I'm not going to mention who it is, but I guess he knows it because he's thankful for it. And I don't think we really did anything that much, but if it helped you out, then God bless you, man, because I'm happy that you can be whoever you want to be. As you know, there's a lot of people make gay jokes with us thinking that we're a bunch of gay bashers and that we're homophobes. We're not, man. We're actually the opposite.
We love a good ass poke.
Exactly. Now, you say that every week, so hey, man.
Not every week, but you know what?
But you think it every week.
It was special.
No, I really am proud of this.
Every
this guy.
week, I always enjoy a good ass poke.
Let me just say this. We didn't do anything, man. I mean, really, we didn't do anything. I'm not going to even take the praise for that. You did this. I'm proud of you for doing that. So God bless you, man. I mean, you decided to come out on your own.
Dude, go get you some.
Yeah, exactly. It's not. Be who you want to be, man. There's nothing more horrible than having to hide who you really are. So
it's raining men.
See, now do you see, so Carla, I'm trying to be serious to you, my man. And he might be one of the macho gay guys. Look at you.
And yet he would still love It's Raining Men.
You know
what? Even straight men.
Even straight guys love that song. Shit, we get out there dancing too. But nah, man, good for you. Good for you. I will not take credit for that. All the credit goes to you. So let's go ahead and move on to some of the Batman questions.
So something people actually want to hear about.
Oh man, people want to hear that. Just because you don't want to hear it doesn't mean that people don't want to hear that. People, see, you think that we are actually patting ourselves on the back when we read that kind of stuff, but we got to let people know that we're listening to their praise too. That's important. We're not doing this to stroke our own ego. Maybe stroke some other things, but not our egos. So
yeah, because you never stroke your own ego.
Man, I do all the time, among other things. Let's see. Oh man, I didn't get the name for this guy, but this is about Wanted, and this guy says, with all the negative word of mouth from the fans, not word of mouth, but all the negative word from the fans of the graphic novel for Wanted, do you think that the next Wanted movie will get a reboot just like the Hulk got? And I'm like, no, because the Hulk was first of all, it got critically panned, and this movie did not get critically panned. As much as I didn't like it, it didn't get critically panned.
This is a completely different. The real crux of it is the Hulk is an established character that is famous outside of the movie. They want to make a sequel to Wanted because it did so well. They want to make more money.
Exactly.
I don't know how the fuck they're gonna do it. I don't know how. I mean, somebody mentioned today. They're like, well, I guess he could go and track down all the assassins in Europe.
Well, they have a character that they can center on, which is what's his name? What's that guy? James McAvoy.
Yeah.
He's a central character of that. They could follow him. They're turning it into something such as the Bourne Identity or something like that.
You know that they're going to find a way to bring Angelina Jolie back.
I was thinking that.
They're going to do it. They've got to.
I was thinking the same thing. Are they going to bring Angelina Jolie back? And I'm thinking what you're thinking, that they will try their hardest. There's a chance that they won't, and I would appreciate that if they don't. But yeah, they're making another sequel for it already, and no, they don't have. You're right. The Hulk is an established character that people thought they got wrong. This has has a smaller following within the comic community. Everybody does not know about Wanted like everybody knows about the Hulk. You don't have to be a comic book fan to know about the Hulk.
No, I mean it's had a TV show. It's had a number of cartoons.
Yeah,
it's different. Everybody know, even kids know who the Hulk is. Wanted, no, it has nothing. It's going to have nothing to do with the comic book.
Yeah, exactly. So to answer your question, no. Now, moving on to Dark Knight stuff, and this is a good question here. Now, let me see. My eyes are bad. Let me see here. Oh, okay. This is from Andres. I think that's what you said. The person's name, Andres, and he or she says, "I read a few Dark Knight reviews, and they all mentioned something that I was just wondering. How far of a stretch do you think it would be for Dark Knight to get a Best Picture nomination?" I'm curious to hear what you think, because I still don't know what to think about that.
I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, as strongly as I feel that Heath Ledger will be nominated, I'm not certain that this will get a Best Picture nomination. I'm not saying it won't, but I'm not certain that Hollywood is ready to embrace that as a Best Picture.
Yeah.
It could happen, but we've got to see what happens with the rest of this year, because we've still got, I mean, we're not even close. We're still a month away from Oscar season.
Yeah.
I mean, more than a month away. Oscar season doesn't actually start till we start seeing our first Oscar films in September, but it doesn't get into swing till October.
Yeah.
So
I'm in the same position that you are. I don't think that the Academy is ready to go that far. I think they will go that far with Heath Ledger, because I do believe he will get a nomination, even though I'm not sure about winning. I'm sure that he will get a nomination. Well, you know, I think about that, but as far as going to actually say that this movie is a Best Picture nominee, well, depends on the rest of the year, just like you said, Carlisle. But even given that, I don't think that they want to go that far with something that is A, a summer blockbuster movie, and B, a comic book summer blockbuster movie.
I am ready to say that it's probably the best genre film of the year. I think it's going to go on to win a number of awards from genre festivals, well, not festivals really, but just various genre awards, best science fiction, best fantasy, that kind of stuff. But no, it's we'll see what happens. I would love it if they did. Because this would be the film to do it. This is the Lord of the Rings of comic book movies. This is that Godfather, that Empire Strikes Back. This is that one that's so good that it transcends all the others and inspires people to say, you know what, we really need to start taking these seriously.
Well, there's a couple of things here. Now, one, it depends, like you said, what happens with the rest of the year. If there's really nothing else out there, but there's enough pretentious shit for the Academy to pick out of anything, they will do it. But if there's just, let's just say there's a scenario where there's not enough stuff, then there's a possibility. I do think that this is a safe comic book movie to do because it's not depending on superpowers. It's not overblown. Really, if you want to look at this in another light, this movie is a spy film in a way.
Well, actually, somebody made a criticism of the film this weekend, and I thought their criticism was right on. They just had the wrong angle. It's somebody who I always tend to disagree with to begin with. But
David Edelstein, or
no. It's they said that the film shouldn't be called Batman. It should be called City of Gotham. Because it's really not about Batman. It's really about all these characters in Gotham City. And I was like, you're right, but you're wrong in that we didn't spend too little time with Batman.
No,
what's so great about this movie is we spend time with Commissioner Gordon and find out how awesome he is. We do spend time with the Joker and find out why what he's thinking. We spend lots of time with Harvey Dent. We spend lots of time with Rachel. We spend time with all these characters so that when finally all the crazy shit that happens to them, it hurts.
Yeah.
And they put us through the ringer. I think there's part of me that if The Dark Knight weren't such a perfect title for this, City of Gotham would have been a great title.
Yeah, no, but it is about Batman too. But it's just they did what they should have done. They build character in this movie. I mean, that's what you have characters in there for.
If it ever happens with a comic book movie, this will be the one.
Yeah, no, it's a safe. To me, Batman was more like James Bond in this movie. He was a super spy, not a superhero. And this is the movie where they can say, okay, this is a glorified crime film. We can actually do this.
I don't like that you say James Bond though, because I see the gadget angle, but really this is a detective film.
What? In a way, spies are detectives.
But the thing is most spy films they're all about getting to the action.
But notice what we're doing. Notice what we're doing. We're still basing this in realism. You say detective, I say spy. We're not saying really superhero. With some people even saying crime movie. We're putting out all these things out there that pulls this movie out of the realm of comic books and puts it into more realistic settings.
And that's and that's what happened with Lord of the Rings or Godfather.
Exactly.
These movies that were genre films. People forget that before The Godfather, mobster movies were just gangster movies.
Yeah.
It's just another freaking crime movie. It's just another genre film. And then The Godfather came along and everyone went, whoa.
Exactly.
You actually can make a really incredible crime film that's a film. And ever since then, they were taken seriously. Well, this is that movie for comic books.
No, you're right. Right now, it's the safest thing that the Academy can give a nomination to. Will it happen? I just don't know. I think the Academy will find a way around it, and they'll say the safe thing to do is to nominate Heath Ledger, and things will evolve from there. Oh, let's see. I got some emails I was telling you earlier, Carlisle. Some guy wrote in and says wants to know about this post I put on the front page, and let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, I didn't even see this. I took the weekend off.
Okay, this is from Santos. Santos. I interact with him a lot, actually. And Santos says, could you possibly bring up that guy, Eiffel, I don't know. I really haven't got his name right. Eiffel, in his negative review of The Dark Knight sometime. I just love to hear what you and Carla have to say about him. You haven't seen it yet.
I didn't read it. I've gotten to the point I've seen the movie. I don't need to read,
Well, I read it. I just happened to catch it, and I read it because you put a blog post up, and I caught it. And when I read it, I thought it was kind of amusing. I was like, this guy is just, I don't think he's that serious. But he does make some valid points. And I put it up on the front page as in, here's an opposing view that we have on the site of the Batman. Because everybody said, hey, we love how everybody on this site is loving it. I'll put the guy's thing up. And all of a sudden, this guy has almost 200 comments and he's interacting with people. He's coming in, and I don't think he's trying to create a character. He might be trolling or whatever, but because he was I thought it was funny. He was very condescending in his review. He came on telling everybody how they weren't, if they were on the site, our site, they must not be that intelligent. Otherwise, because we're making a mockery out of film criticism and film itself. is saying that he called people whores, saying that you watch this movie like over and over again, wanting it to be nominated for Best Picture, like whores banging Johns until you find your daddy figure. I mean, but he made up in the middle of that.
I'm really glad you linked that on the front page.
No, I mean, one of the things is, and this is what I would tell people. Now, I read it and I didn't think it would take off like it did. I thought some people come in and get mad, but he put some good points in there about what he thought was wrong with the movie. And it didn't bother me, but I could see how somebody who had some criticism could say that. The other thing that he did though, well, hey, he got people talking. There's 160 some comments on there. The last time I checked, good for him. If he's playing a character, whatever. Sometimes you need that to stir things up.
It sounds like though that he probably isn't, especially when you've seen a movie and you really dislike the shit out of it, that you find a lot wrong with it, and everyone else in the world is acting like, just holding a movie ticket is like handling the Shroud of Turin. Oh my God, I've got my ticket to see The Dark Knight. You're just kind of like, oh, fuck off. And everyone's like, what do you mean you don't like it? What kind of asshole are you? It was brilliant. And then you just get more and more angry until it's like, you know what? Fuck this movie and fuck anybody who likes it.
You know what? He does do that. Now, I think that like I said, it could be two things. He could be some pretentious prick who's on there just trying to get attention, but at least he's kept people entertained. He's come in and addressed these comments.
I find it funny that he thinks that we're destroying film. That's the basic comment you get from anybody ripping into a site because they are not published and someone else is.
That's the other thing I get.
Yeah. Oh, come on, dude.
I get sour grapes on this guy, but at the same time, like I said.
It's like those douchebags who are losing their newspaper jobs and blaming it on the internet and all these stupid guys on the internet because, well, anybody can do it on the internet and not anybody can do it here, but I guess film criticism is dead. It's like, no, more people wanted to read us than wanted to read you.
Yeah, exactly. Just because we found a different angle to do it because we don't do it like everybody else, fuck you, man. But look, the guy kept people entertained, and people keep coming back and coming back. There's the same people who say, I'm not going to entertain this guy, but they keep coming back. And all I can say is, well, I appreciate the guy at least keeping people entertained. And he did exactly what I wanted him to do. I won't always post trolls on the front page or whatnot, but this one particular post, if he was joking around, he was actually able to put some good points in his joking around. And if he's an asshole, he's an asshole. I'm not going to highlight him all the time. So it was just one thing to have fun with. It happens, man. And then a lot of you people responded to it. So that's why I put it up there. The last thing that Josh wants to know about.
Lots of email tonight.
Yeah, no. The last thing, but I'm not going to even read this.
This is like 12-hour, a couple of cold ones.
Exactly. You can never get enough. It's now, what the Leon's going on for, what, 2 hours or something like that?
I have no idea.
Yeah, this guy, Josh, just wants to know about people who went to the Dark Knight dressed up in costume. He saw a man who walked in, he had the green hair, had the makeup. Look, man, you're going to see that for these big event movies. What can I tell you? I don't do it, but if people want to do it, that's their thing. Yeah, exactly. What do you want me to say? I don't condemn people for doing that. It's not my thing. And sometimes I do look at it and say, wow. And he used the expression I use, these grown-ass man coming in here. And I'm thinking the same thing. Yeah, grown-ass man coming in costume. But that's your life. That's that.
Just keep in mind that for some people, things like this is their holiday.
Yeah.
Some people could give a shit about Christmas or Thanksgiving because they have jobs or they have to work on those days or they don't have anybody special to spend it with. But you know what? A Batman movie comes along once every 3 years right now. The last time we got it was summer 2005. This is special. And this is the first time we've gotten a Joker movie in 19 years. So for that, for that guy, that's a big fucking deal. And, God bless him for it.
Yeah. I won't criticize for somebody. The only thing is, I would tell you why I don't understand it. Because I thought to myself when I read it, I said, well, what's the difference between Halloween and going to see this movie? Well, Halloween, you're around a lot more people that do it, and it seems more interactive. You get to stay all night, go to parties, go to bars, and involve yourself in contests. It seems like there's just a lot of activity to do. If you're dressing up for a movie, what do? You go there and people see you for, maybe 15 minutes, and then it goes dark, and you're sitting there watching a movie.
And, usually the people that do it don't go alone. The people that do it are going, and when they do go alone, they go and they hook up with the other people who are dressed up for it. The people that freaked me out, the only time I've ever been freaked out by this was when we saw Rent.
Did people dress up for Rent?
Don't you remember? There were people dressed up as the characters from Rent. And I'm like, what the fuck is up with all these freaks? And they're like, dude, that's characters from the play. Don't you know that? It's like, do I look like somebody that goes to a Broadway play about gay people with AIDS? Do I strike you as that kind of guy? that's no, I watch fucking science fiction movies. I'm a dork, okay? I don't fucking know anything about Rent. Now I do. And now if I saw someone dressed up, I'd go, wow, you're that lame character from that lame ass musical.
Oh, god damn, that musical's lame, man. I won't even go to another tangent here, but I will say that when I saw Rent, I was like, that's it? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Everybody's excited about?
Yeah.
And all of it, you know what it did, though? It made, seeing that made Team America a lot funnier.
Did they reference
AIDS?
Oh, that's right.
Everybody's got AIDS. It's like, wow, that is really
That's
funny.
where that came from.
That is hilarious.
But you know something, man? There was a time when, and this is me being serious. I know you always think that I'm making fun of nerds and nerd activities and whatnot, but this whole dressing up thing, it appeals to anybody. Now, if you remember, I don't know if you took notice because you were so pissed off at this screening, but Sex and the City, they didn't exactly dress up like characters, but people got dressed up in their best Manhattan outfit.
Oh, no, I know that. I totally got that. I didn't look down on anybody for doing that. I just hated that fucking movie.
Well, I'm just saying, a lot of people say, these nerds going to these screenings. Yeah. Like, no, women dressed up for Sex in the City.
I have seen women dress up for, some of these nerd screenings, and those are the ones I go and talk to. Oh my God, one of the hottest women I've ever met. I met at Trilogy Tuesday when they showed all three of the Lord of the Rings movies back to back to back on the opening night of Return of the King. And there was a girl there dressed as Arwen who won the trivia contest. And I'm like, oh my God, that is the hottest fucking thing ever.
Oh, I was going to tell you, I thought you were going to tell me that's the hottest fucking midget with pointy ears that I've ever seen.
No.
I thought you were like hitting on some hobbits with hairy feet.
No.
Hobbits, whatever you call them.
She was a little hottie college girl who totally dissed and dismissed the Carlisle.
Shit, I'll take some hobbits.
You'll take whatever. You're probably really excited about that commercial they're running on the radio now about the midget stripper that's showing up at one of the...
What?
Have you not heard this? That's the one radio commercial I have heard. Apparently there's some midget stripper coming to Austin, and they're playing carnival music and going, come to this strip club.
Man,
we've
all
got
right.
3 feet 2 inches of stripper. It's
man,
like,
look.
oh my God. You're like shaking your head now, but you're going to look up online to find out what place it is, and you're going to fucking go.
Okay, let me tell you this, man. I know I make jokes. We all make jokes. Like I was just telling this 19-year-old gay guy, we make fun of gay people. We make fun of everybody, even midgets, but a midget going out there and making a circus freak show out of themselves, especially stripping, I'm not into that, man. I don't think it's cool for the midget to do it. No, I won't. I would not, man. I got some scruples.
Give that chick $1.
I would. Now, if she wants to sleep with me, I'll do that, but I doubt that'll happen. So, no, I do not want to go out there and see her make a scene of herself, a spectacle of herself. I feel bad for people like that. I mean, because that's what she's doing. It's a freak show, and I feel bad for her. I mean, hey, if people are into it and she's getting money, so be it. She probably has more money than I do, but fuck it. I mean, now if she wants to come back and see me afterwards. Yeah, she wants to strip for me privately. That's a different thing. I'll take that shit right there. Okay, all right. Now that's where we need to get out of here when I start talking like that.
Yeah, I think that's where we call it a night.
All right. Okay, y'all. Well, there's nothing more to say except good night.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen The Dark Knight, loser. Loser.
And if you have, go see it again. Brilliant movie.
Yeah, I'm going to see it again.
Unless you Ethel, then you don't think so. So good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.